Ladies, I know some of y'all just can't wrap your mind around that feminism is the reason for your burnout. Listen up. Yeah, I know. 30 years ago, a family of 4 or 5 could live off of one income comfortably. So let's backtrack. Feminism told women you need independence. You need a career. You need to prove yourself outside of your home. So think about it. Labor supply doubled. Wages kind of stagnated. Meanwhile, the cost of living just shot up. So employers didn't have to pay a single man because it was so common for both people to work now because of feminism. And then everything inflated because society got used to people having 2 incomes. Then women told other women that it was oppressive to be a stay-at-home full-time mother and that you needed to go climb the corporate ladder, you baddie boss babe. So ladies, we fed into the lie. Not only do we have the mother duties and the home duties, we now have a 40-hour work week on top of that. So realistically, what happens from this? You end up being exhausted, stressed, burned out, anxious, depressed. What do some people resort to? Medication. And what happens? The cycle just keeps continuing. And then marriages fail. The family crumbles. So walking away from God's design, this is what we've got.
Feminism sold women freedom, but delivered burnout. Feminism didn't empower women, it enslaved them.
Isn't it so crazy that feminism does the exact opposite of empowering women? It is not giving you freedom, it is actually silencing you. It has convinced women that sexualization is freedom, that selling their bodies online is freedom, that having multiple partners is freedom. But what this actually does is exploit you and enslave you. It's funny how feminism actually just gave the worst type of men exactly what they wanted. I mean, having as much emotionless sex as possible, OnlyFans, running around half naked, killing their babies, men and women's sports. How does that equal female empowerment? Not to mention you're warding off all of the good men. I mean, you guys say over and over how much you hate men when you are literally doing the things that please the worst type of men. If you were focused more on traditional femininity, on having one partner, on getting married, on having kids, on building a family unit, I promise you would attract really good men into your life, and therefore you wouldn't hate all men. And every time I say things like this, I get told that I'm tearing down other women. No, the reason that I post what I post is because I actually care about other women and their well-being. You can take it or leave it. But if I were to just let you exploit yourself and enslave yourself to what I would consider a cult, I mean, take Bonnie Blue, for example, that would be me not caring about you.
She's talking about modern feminism. The initial idea was for women to have the same right to vote, to go to school and get the same acknowledgement from their peers, the men. But here we are.
Modern feminists are literally the destruction of women's rights. You think you gotta compete with men to be equal? I don't need a man, I'm strong, I make my own money, I'm a boss bitch. That's not true. We are literally single-handedly destroying our feminine superpowers. We gotta learn to embrace who we are and understand that the balance between men and women is what creates real strength. We all have a role to play to make a balanced society. Women are trying to fight and compete with men is like a goldfish trying to fight a shark. It's illogical and biologically impossible. Let's accept our nature and accept our differences. We gotta embrace our softness, our nurturing side, our intuition. If a man knows he's responsible and he doesn't abuse that power, and when a woman truly embraces her qualities, they're a powerhouse. They're absolutely unstoppable. Behind every great man is an even better woman. We all want a strong man. You can deny it all you like, but deep down, this is what every woman wants.
My hot take is that feminism is the biggest joke. And before you come at me, just hear me out. Before feminism, families were united. Men and women were united. They understood each other. They took care of each other. They knew how each other worked. They knew what the other person needed. And families were actually built upon loyalty, trust, and connection. Nowadays, women are told you can be independent. You don't need to have a family. You don't need a man. And the result is women are miserable because they are living a life that is not true to them. That is not something they were naturally born to do. And men are miserable because they have to choose between being single or being with a woman who never appreciates them, never respects them, and doesn't love them in the way that they need. The fact that we think feminism actually helped our society, yes, maybe it helped some women who were being abused or who were actually in devastating relationships, but for the most part, it caused a lot more destruction than it did good to our society in general. You can try and prove me wrong, but look at the statistics.
These women are easily the smartest females out there.
You know what's wild is when feminism told women that they don't need men, it wasn't to make women more free. It was to make them dependent on the state instead of their husband. Think about it for a second. Before the 1960s, family was the safety net. If something went wrong, you had a husband, a father, a brother, a community, a church, a safety net. The people took care of each other. They cared about each other. Then came no-fault divorce in 1969. Suddenly, marriage wasn't a covenant. It was a contract that you could walk away from. Okay, and get this, and when the families started falling apart, who stepped in? The government. Welfare replaced the husband, the system replaced the father, and schools, they replaced the home. Women were told that this is freedom, that being alone, raising kids by yourself, and relying on checks from the government made you strong. But what it really did was break the structure that once protected us. It separated women from men from their families, and children from both. The state became the new husband that offers no love, no legacy, no protection, just control, dependency, and paperwork. And now, generations later, you have women exhausted, men disengaged, and children who grow up not knowing what family feels like. That wasn't progress, that was replacement.
And now, the left trashes any woman who wants to be a housewife, raise their children, cook, clean, etc., instead of working outside of the home. The feminists literally mock women for wanting to be feminine. Feminism is all about celebrating women who act more masculine.
I'm now sitting here at 25 having to figure out how to get back in these streets. So 10 years down the line, I'm not sitting there single still with my daughter being an only child. Like, I want to have a family. I want to have kids. I want to be happy.
Here's another example of feminism failing women. It's not natural for a female to not have a guy. You guys get that? Like, this whole concept of women being strong and independent and being able to provide for themselves, this is a new construct that's evolved maybe within the last 60 to 70 years. 100 years of women being independent is not going to override thousands of years of ingrained biology where women needed to rely upon men. Let's get into some of the topics in hand. Okay, so this video came up on my feed. I had to cover it. Okay, as you guys know, it's red pill shit, right?
Guys are so lucky. You guys do not understand. So I'm 25, right? I'm sitting here and I'm having to build a roster. I'm having to sit here and go out and do things I don't want.
All right, she's 25 years old, so she sees the walls closing in, right? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Oh, life is great. Woo, forever 21, right? But now she's right in the middle of her peak. And she realizes from here, it's only downhill. Now, women react to this in different ways. Some women have a meltdown like this girl's about to have right now. And then others think that they got more time.
Want to do. I don't want a roster. I don't want to go out and date. I don't like this hookup culture. I don't like any of it. But I feel like I don't have a choice. Men, you guys just get to sit there and you guys can go wait until you're in your 30s, you're almost 40, and you can just go get with a girl that's in her 20s and live a normal life. Girls don't have that luxury. I'm now sitting here at 25 having to figure out how to get back in these streets so I can figure out, so 10 years down the line, I'm not sitting there single still with my daughter being an only child.
Well, there you go. That's a big part of the reason why she's waking up. It's a big part of the reason why she's waking up right there, chat.
I want to have a family. I want to have kids. I want to be happy. I want all of these things.
You know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play this one time through with zero commentary, then we're going to watch it again and give commentary. I think that's the best way to do it. So you guys get it raw with zero interruptions.
Guys are so lucky. You guys do not understand. So I'm 25, right? I'm sitting here and I'm having to build a roster. I'm having to sit here and go out and do things I don't want to do. I don't want a roster. I don't want to go out and date. I don't like this hookup culture. I don't like any of it. But I feel like I don't have a choice. Men, you guys just get to sit there and you guys can go wait until you're in your 30s, you're almost 40, and you can just go get with a girl that's in her 20s and live a normal life. Girls don't have that luxury. I'm now sitting here at 25 having to figure out how to get back in these streets so I can figure out, so 10 years down the line, I'm not sitting there single still with my daughter being an only child. I want to have a family. I want to have...
Here's the very, very harsh reality women keep ignoring.
This might piss some people off, but I just want to take a moment and say, thank goodness that so many of us are waking up to the fact that modern day feminism is a literal scam meant to disconnect and separate and isolate women from one another. And not only from one another, but from the natural ways of living. Like, this shit literally goes against nature. Modern day feminism says that women should be out in the workforce working 40+ hour weeks while their children stay at home with a caretaker, that they immediately get put in the school system from age 5 and stay until they're 18, if not older if they go to college. And that while women have 4 phases of their cycle that give them extremely different hormone levels and energy levels, that they should be doing the exact same routine every day, every week, and every month. I'm sorry, but fuck that. Like, I am down for the boss babe shit. I am building 2 businesses right now. I think women should be running their own empires if that's what they want. But it can be done the feminine way. Women are meant to be provided for so they can stay home and take care of their children and be the actual parent to their child. They're supposed to rest during their moon cycle. They're supposed to frolic around naked and connect to their bodies and connect to the earth and be the caretaker. They're not meant to be in hustle all the time. They're not meant to be in doing mode all the time. We're meant to be. And we're meant to be in community, surrounded by other women, letting them support our children as well. Being in community vibes is essential. And what does modern day feminism do? Separates us from that as well. Turns women against each other as competitors instead of allies, and makes us work until we're too tired to function, amongst so many other tragic things. So if you're still stuck in that modern day feminism trap, let me just tell you that you deserve to be rich, you deserve to be your own boss, you deserve to do all of the things a man does too, but there is a unique way that you're meant to do it that is separate on a physiological and biological level from how a man is supposed to do it. And learning to embrace that is learning to embrace your true nature.
No wonder the bitterness we face from modern women is scathing.
Hey, let's debunk 4 lies the modern feminist movement has told women. Number 1, women don't need men. It started in the 60s with the phrase, a woman needs a man like a fish needs a bicycle, which biologically, women are wired to depend on men, and men are wired to actually depend on women too. So God didn't get it wrong when he created 2 sexes, male and female. Men are here to provide and protect, and women thrive under that strength. With number 2, men and women are the same. When women started having casual sex to compete with men who were using them, they were told that they could handle it, but they couldn't. Why? Because women are not built to separate sex from emotion. That doesn't go to say that men should be sleeping around, because that's not God's design either. But women are flaunting their body count as if it's something to be proud of, when actually there's pain there that nobody wants to commit to. Men and women were designed to complement each other, not compete against each other. Number 3, the biological clock isn't real. It is. Women are designed to procreate for a set amount of time. And when that time is up, it gets harder to nearly impossible. But culture wants to tell women to delay marriage and prioritize a career. So when she's finally ready, it's often too late, which leads me to my final point, which is a career is more meaningful than marriage and children, which is the biggest lie of all, because work doesn't love you back. Work doesn't build a personal legacy that will outlive you, and won't sit at your bedside when you're sick or hold your hand on your deathbed, and won't tell stories of how you impacted their life. There's no promotion that's going to fill the emptiness of going to bed alone or walking into an empty house. So flip your priorities, and maybe you're going to find what you're searching for all along is God's design, which is marriage and motherhood.
The modern feminist movement is doing women dirty.
I feel like whenever you criticize women, other women take this so personal and they just accuse you of being a pick-me, and it's like, no, actually, me criticizing women and holding them accountable instead of just saying I support women's wrongs, women do nothing wrong, and treating them like a literal pet and not a human being is way more misogynistic than criticizing a woman will ever be. Women should be looked at and held to the same standards as everybody else. They shouldn't just be let off the hook for doing shitty things to people just because they're a woman. And I think this is especially true in white female spaces. I feel like white women often just want to use their womanhood as an excuse to be racist or homophobic or transphobic. They think that being a woman makes them not be accountable for every other bad thing that they could do, or even just being a shitty person, just being an asshole. They think oh, well, I'm a woman, so I'm allowed to be. And I'm not even gonna lie, I do think women are allowed to be more bitchy than men, honestly. I mean, we bleed every month for 5 days. We're held to unrealistic beauty standards of our bodies, and we feel like we can't eat enough. We also deal with a lot of hormonal imbalances that men don't. But at the same time, I don't know, it's just kind of a weird thing that people do when they're oh, I don't hold women accountable for anything.
like, I only crucify men because, like, women don't deserve it. It's like, there are a lot of evil women out there, and not acknowledging that, I feel like, just contributes more to the patriarchy than anything else.
The sisterhood is a toxic mindset. It validates bad behavior by using a mob mentality and thinking that if enough people tell someone that they aren't in the wrong, then they normalize their bad behavior as okay.
The majority of Black women are not queens. You are paid government agents. You are empowered, but not in the way that you think. You teamed up with the government via government assistance, child support, legal filings, and they weaponized you against your own community and your own men. They sold you on being strong and independent, but really they just isolated you and set you up for further manipulation and failure. The system didn't free you. It actually programmed you to fight against your own, disrespect your men, and not respect your elders. You traded family for funding, and while you celebrated your freedom, your house just is slowly burning down, actually rapidly. Unfortunately, you're not raising children, you're actually programming them. Your daughters are repeating the same cycles as you, becoming baby mamas, involved in sugar daddy culture, whole culture, all of the above. And then your sons lack leadership, discipline, and self-control. So just no order at all, just all dysfunction, emotionality, and rage. You became the perfect weapon to inject the dysfunction right directly into your children, so they don't have to do it because you're doing it for them. But then you brag about your degrees and how you're the most educated and independent and strong and how you guys can take care of yourself, but your children can't read. Can we make that make sense? And as long as you keep choosing the system over Black men, you'll remain a non-player character, a program bot running on a government code, just raising the next generation of slaves. And this is why you lead in obesity, single motherhood, least likely to get married, least desirable, most likely to raise a criminal. It's because you're a product of the very system that you think you're outsmarting.
Feminism movement in a nutshell, basically.
We've all seen that TikTok of the women crying because their student loan debt has reached $90,000 with a 17% interest rate. Let's talk about why this is about more than just debt. This isn't just about money, it's about choices. We told an entire generation of young women, don't get married yet, don't have kids, focus on your career first. So what's happened is women have traded their 20s for careers and degrees, thinking that it was empowerment. And now what's happened is women are drowning in debt, in rent, and anxiety, saying that they can't even think about starting a family because they can't afford it. And here's the irony. The homemaker that they laughed at from the 1950s, they had a paid-off house by 30, kids by 25, and way more stability than today's independent boss babe. But hey, at least you got your degree in social justice. Totally worth $90,000 with a 17% interest rate, right? Feminism sold freedom, and what you actually got was debt and delayed families. Oh, and depression. Everybody has depression now. Follow for more coffee and controversy because the truth hits different with your morning brew.
And women on average are happier when embracing their femininity and being married with children, living a traditional lifestyle compared to what the left girl boss taking SSRIs, seeing a weekly therapist, depressed, and they're always angry and bitter.
Are men and women equal?
Actually, women are better than men. What do men bring to the world? Literally nothing. Women, the vibes, just everything.
Everything you know and love. If you look around the entire infrastructure of our nation, our economy, every building you walk into, the way that you are portraying your ideas and opinions is through technology and infrastructure and an economy and a nation that was not only built, but is still maintained to this day by men.
Did men allow you to have that haircut?
You taking personal attacks makes me seem like the more intelligent.
Okay, I understand.
Validate your point, not some personal attack because you're losing the argument. Feminism stops whenever it's inconvenient for y'all. By definition, you are delusional if you cannot defend your ideas.
You should go.
I actually don't go defend.
They always resort to insults when they start losing the debate. Poor things.
Nothing else to talk about. She belongs to the streets. Don't ruin your mental health. Book a session if she's doing this.
Loyalty's rare, accountability's gone, and manipulation runs deep. Boundaries aren't optional anymore. They're the only defense in today's dating chaos.
Women's rights, but we can't define what a woman is. But also men can be women. And no uterus, no opinion, but also men can get pregnant. Men are oppressing us, but also it's okay if biological men take over our spaces and our sports. Women are so over-sexualized in this culture, but it's empowering if women are the ones sexualizing themselves. Are you guys quite done yet? Like, are you okay?
That just about sums it up.
This is my friend Brianna Robinson. You should absolutely go follow her. She's fabulous. It's incredibly hypocritical, as everything is. Modern day feminism is not consistent in the slightest. Somebody commented and said, high empathy and low IQ generally correlate with feelings over facts. I mean, that's the basis of modern day feminism.
She spoke for all of us, men or women, and that "are you okay" did everything. Period.
You have young men in America that want nothing more than to settle down, have a family, have a wife, have kids. This is something that men have notoriously been known to do all throughout history. So that's sort of like the staple in this. The variable in this is the mindset of what women are doing these days. The modern feminist movement has ruined a lot of women, and they'd rather focus on their careers than family. And all you have to simply do is this, is if you're a woman, like this is my best advice for young women. If you're 22, you're 24, you're 18, you're 28, go talk to a 50-year-old woman that never got married, never had kids, but wanted to. You'll see nothing but regret in their eyes, and they'll mask it with things like, I was focused on my career, or this one guy I dated, these are all just excuses. And there's nothing that I would like to see more that young men and young women actually come together and find some common ground here. So it was what, number one on the list for young men, Pat?
Having
to settle
children.
down, have a family, right?
Those who voted for Trump.
And it was for liberal women. It was what number on the list?
Number 12.
So you have young men. I wouldn't even say they're conservative. They're just normal, sensible, common sense guys that want a chick. And they're fighting the struggle of modern feminism. And
feminism is great for promiscuous men.
Feminism has made business boom promiscuous men.
But ultimately, when women are promiscuous, they're devaluing themselves. You're saying, my body is not valuable. It's for everybody to see. Whenever you dress promiscuously or if you sell your body online, you're saying, my body is a cheap commodity that you can get for free or for just a few bucks.
Many women are willing to give up sex without commitment. Most young women today are willing to have sex with men without any commitment involved whatsoever. And so if you give a man sex, which is what he wants, without any sort of a commitment, that subconsciously signals to those men, you can have the thing that you want from me without any commitment too.
Good men suffer the most, and it's tragic for society. And that's it for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell. Support this channel through membership. You can also support through PayPal, link in the description. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.